Guys, deluded Guna, YouTube's and Golo Kante. Wenger, you've gone too far now. Right, please. Just step down, man. Just step down. None of this end of the season business. None of this. Just leave now, big man. Please. We've got nothing more to say. On the real list, people, like, it's funny. Like, it's funny. It burns to have got smacked in that final in the fashion we did. Of course, 3-0. Like, I mean, no one wants to turn off the game. I turn off the game. 10 minutes left, I turn off the game. I feel upset with that. I turn off the game because you don't want to see that, especially in a final. The bare minimum you want to see in a final is heart, commitment, passion. It's a damn right final. Whether you care about the club or not, it's a final. It's a chance of silverware. What more incentives do you need as a footballer? I told my dons in my group chat when the players were lining up, Ozil and Aubameyang were laughing. I said, yep, we're going to get smacked. On top of maintaining, we're going to get smacked. I'm not proud of saying we're going to get smacked. I mean, City's just a different beast. They've only lost a handful of times, if that, this season. And we've lost 5 times this year, let alone or some crap like that. So we were going to get smacked. But, I mean, most fans would have taken a humble 1, maybe even 2-0 if we went down fighting. Obviously, that wasn't the case. 3-0, abysmal fashion, man. Silva's goal, burn. What's his name? Sergio Aguero's goal just made me feel stupid. Just made me just filled with anger at the side because, I mean, I just can't understand it. Like, I've been saying, none of there's no coaching at this club. There's no active thinkers. But where's the common sense? You're already out of position, Mustafi, right? You're already out of position. So why are you there just admiring it? Like, oh, Wembley's a nice pitch, you know. Oh, do you want to play for Spurs or something? Like, oh. So, Sergio Aguero, what are you guys doing pre-game? Big man thing, what are you lot doing pre-game? Are you not analysing the strikers? Not that you need to analyse Sergio Aguero. The guy's a Premier League legend, and I just don't say that lightly. He's delivered titles for City, and he's about to cop another one. You know what he's about. You know he's the last shoulder. First half, he was... Well, it did happen in the first half, but before that, you saw he was doing this. You saw he was getting into the channels on top of Sane, pulling Chambers and tearing him to pieces, man. Chambers is a scar duty. He needs to move on now, man. But it's just... What more authority do you have? You know where you should be. And even if you're in that position, out of position, wouldn't any logical defender would think, oh, shit, I'm out of position, let me get back. You're still watching. Sergio stands his ground, leans into you. He's smaller than you. I know you're pretty small for a centre-half, but he's smaller than you. The ref is going to allow it. And you know how the game goes. You're going to give the advantage. It's going to go to the attackers. You played a dangerous game. Some have given fouls for that, but you're playing a dangerous game in a cup final, in a game full of fine margins. Pure stupidity to do something like that. Gone. The 2 centre-halves, Chambers and Koscielny, they should be covering and things like that. So they do have a part to play. They're both, none of them are smelling danger. But who does smell problems at this club or is able to put out fires? Ospina. The defenders, I'm more angry with the defenders than Ospina. But Ospina's stupid as well. I mean, some people added me on Twitter saying, why are you getting at Ospina? I'm sorry, but he's part of the back 5 with everyone. And they're equally playing as poor. They're meant to be a fine unit. I played as a right back, so I know what I'm talking about. He can see the whole thing happening. So he has a part to play. One, you can see the whole thing developing with Mustafi. Either tell Mustafi, this is what I tell you guys with centre-halves, they're meant to breed confidence. I mean, keepers, they're meant to breed confidence to the rest of the squad. Tell Mustafi what's going on. Tell the other centre-halves to pull in. Before I even talk about the fullbacks, where are you? Where are Bellerin and Monreal, or whoever's on the pitch at that time? Where are you lot? I'm not even going to get into that. Ospina, now you've made a decision to come out. If you're going to come out, you need to come out and take a man out. I'm not necessarily get a red card, but you need to commit to trying to get that ball. You can't now stop and turn back. You made up as a decision. A sharp shooter, excellent finisher. Like, I was about to say excellent finish. Mo Salah, where to heads, but, yeah, man. An excellent finisher like Sergio Aguero. You don't ask him twice. You don't give them man their 2 chances, much less 1. Back of the net, lovely goal, 1-0. The distribution between the whole back 5. Well, yeah, it was 5 at the back, 6 including Ospina. However you want to look at it, yeah. Abysmal. Ospina putting pressure on the side. Chambers putting pressure on the side. Mustafi and Koscielny putting pressure on the side. Bellerin and Monreal/Cola, whoever's on the pitch, putting pressure onto the side. And I'm not even going to get at the defenders because it's hard when you've got no midfielders. Xhaka was piss poor today, pardon my language, but when you consider that Bravo lost the ball as many times, I believe, he's either lost the ball or made as many passes or some crap like that as many times as Ramsey, Jack Wilshere, Ozil, and there's someone else. So as crap as Xhaka played, where were the rest of them? Now I feel Wilshere, particularly the first half, did okay, but they were all crap. None of them wanted it. No courage, really and truly. Bar the opening stages in the first half, you might have saw a couple of that, but on a general basis, it was nothing. So then, if there's no midfield, They're bottling it. What's Aubameyang meant to do? And I'm not defending Aubameyang's performance. He was moving like a dud today like the rest of them. But do you want a man just chasing the ball for no reason? Much less chasing it by himself. So what's the point? And if he's not chasing it by himself, he's expected to... He was holding it up a couple of times, but he swarmed around. Otamendi, who had a good game. Company was G'd up because it might be his last final like that if they don't go on to other finals. Obviously, they're winning Prem. And the other defenders, Walker had a good game. He's swarmed by them. Walker will match him for pace. Company, you saw him give him the dents. Just look at the strength. You saw that. Abysmal. I'm at the point now, there's no point talking about why we can't defend and why there was no heart and why there were several things, because the buck stops at Wenger. It is not just Wenger, and I do believe to a degree in the future a lot of shegs that happen to Wenger will come out, but at this moment in time, Wenger, it's all you, man. Everything on the sporting front is you. The reality is, without Europa League, you was able to bag Lacazette and Aubameyang. Now we know Lacazette's injured and Aubameyang. That shows there's money. With money being said, you could have signed a centre-half. I don't care if it was for 5 million or 40 million. Someone that's just competent. A defensive mid that is competent. We know all the things that need to be fixed, but away from all of that, if you're not going to buy anything, and you don't need to buy anyone to really implement that, where is the tactical setup? Where's the defensive setup? I saw the angle you tried to come with, and we've had success against Chelsea in the Carling Cup, ironically, to get to this final with that. But where is it? You cannot sit back against Manchester City, more or less sit back in a final. They will pick you apart. It's like delaying the inevitable. You're pissed against City, pardon my language, because you either attack against them or you defend. You defend, you saw what happens. The floodgates get opened. You attack, you might have a goal. Obviously, there's an occasional couple times where City have lost and they've dropped points, where people have held them and held their nerve, and their defensive players haven't, their attacking players haven't been able to breach the defensive players of the opposition. But you get the point. You're sitting back against Sane. You're sitting back and you're sitting back and you're sitting back and you're sitting back and you're allowing their wingers to push as high as possible. And because we're pinned back and their wingers as high as possible, what's happening? City's fullbacks are now saying, okay, Kyle Walker's like, okay, let me get involved. Let me do something. I hate Arsenal anyways. I'm a Spurs lad. I'm going to get involved. You saw it. It's just... I'm at the point, like, we saw it. We don't need to speak about it, innit? I just need to wake up tomorrow knowing you've gone, Wenger. And I'm lucky I got the day off tomorrow, but some people got to go to work, you know. Like, you stressed them out. This is a cup final. Cup final. Man were out here saying, Mustafi was out here saying, oh, I've been working on making the difference when it matters. That is when it mattered. What are you talking about? United at home was when it mattered. Several times is when it mattered. You've had a good season on the large part, but games like this, piss poor. You need to be coached, but away from being coached, where is the common sense? Koscielny, I'm not saying every captain has to shout, and we don't see communication on the TV and at the ground level as much. But what's going on? Not even just away from Koscielny. There's meant to be 11 captains. When I played for my grassroots club, Norseman, shout out to Darren and Snatch, real coaches. We had 11 captains. It didn't matter if you were Trey, the guy who used to wear the captain armband, or if you were the keeper, George, or if you were the strikers. Everyone was a captain. Everyone understood what it meant. But we don't know this thing at Arsenal. Man was saying that. Bellerin was out here saying, oh, we want to do this for Wenger and all of this. If you want to do this for Wenger, you really want to leave Bellerin, don't you? And that voice might be true in you. I rate that if you're trying to get Wenger out. Ox try one man, Van Persie try one man, Bearman try one, and you think Oxlade-Chamberlain is in his pajamas listening to some funky music, giggling about this, and if you think Theo Walcott, Alexis Sanchez, Giroud, Kieran Gibbs, cockling over in Spain, they're not in all one massive group chat giggling and laughing about this, you must be sadly mistaken. I got my Spurs fan friends at me on WhatsApp saying I thought Wembley was your second home. They seemed, I can only give them the banter back that they seem to forget we've won more than you and them things there, but the truth is it's burning, fam. My Chelsea brothers have lost today. They lost against United, a big game. They're coming to laugh at Arsenal, blood. I even have a Watford fan friend. The Watford won today. And Watford are not levels with Arsenal in any stretch of the imagination. And they're coming to laugh at us. They're not going to finish higher than us. But you're seeing the madness that's going on, isn't it? You're seeing it. West Ham fan friends in my group chat laughing at, man, after they got smacked against Liverpool. It's a joke. Like, you can't be angry. Well, you can be angry, but there's no point. Like, there's no point making yourself letting this control your day card. These men don't care. I don't think it's not they don't care. They don't know how to care. They don't know. The leadership comes from above. Wenger, if you do the right thing and leave, because there's nothing to say from this season. Top 4 is a myth. Europa League is a long shot. We do what we do in Europa League. If we, in the unlikely event that we were to go and win it, cool, which won't happen. There's not much to lose from this season. We're going to come... 6th is clearly there. Spurs or Chelsea. I still think Chelsea will do it, but Spurs are doing their best to try and finish ahead of Chelsea. So it's between them other 5 clubs fighting for them top sides. So top places. So 6th, maybe 5th at best. 4th if someone sells their soul to the devil and somehow these other teams drop points. But it's looking like 6th. So if it's 6th, Really and truly, there's not much more to be salvaged from the season. Really, we're like on 40 odd points. Them and they're on 50 something. Like, you might as well call it a day. Even Bold looks tired. Bold looks tired. He looks, before I thought he was as clueless as the rest. He clearly looks like a man tired. Like that, he looks a man that is crippled, trying to bring through his own tactics, and Wenger clearly cripples him in that aspect. He's not allowed. Not that I'm defending him, because it all collectively does. Like, I love Mesut Ozil. Where were you today? Like, I never saw nothing. Man are tweeting all this back soon and all of this nonsense. And one of the most painful things on as well, and I got time for Welbs, I know what it will be, but one of the most painful things of being an Arsenal fan is chasing a game, much less by a couple goals. And these are the substitutions you're bringing on. Like, Welbs ain't going to make nothing happen. Iwobi ain't going to make nothing happen. Like, mad thing, man. Guys, deluded. You know, we got our asses handed to us by Manchester City 3-0. Congratulations to City. To be honest with you, we need to remember that we played another side. It's how it goes. Credit to them. They're trying to create history, whether it's history in the football making, or if it's history in each of the players' personal stories that they want to take home from their humble beginnings to what they've achieved. More silverware. They're going to win the Premier League. They've won this. The champs and the FA Cup is there. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Company, in May, he's going to lift the Premier League. This could be his last time in a cup competition at Wembley. He's a captain. He got a perfect send-off, and he had a fantastic game today. Showed Aubameyang the strength. Obviously grabbed the goal as well. Shout out to him, man. They were the better players on the day, man. Shout out to City, like I said. Arsenal were stressed. We go again in the week, I guess, man. Guys, deluded. I'm out.